So, the trilogy, part 3 of the Indiana Fever versus the Chicago Sky is happening tomorrow. It is happening tomorrow. And if you guys do want to go and see a live stream for this, like a live stream, obviously not the actual game, of like play-by-play and reaction, I'm going to be live. If we could, subscribe to the channel if you want to see it. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. But anyway, yeah, so when it comes to these, or wrong thing right there, these girls right here and their teams, this isn't really much of a rivalry. The media is making it a rivalry, and I'm not going to lie, Angel Reese has been trying to make this a rivalry with her media answers. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, Angel Reese's media answers shows that this is a rivalry for her. And I saw after the last game, one thing I did like about Angel Reese's interviews after the last game was she broke the double-double record, and it just seemed like she was happy. There was no, she just gave not a right, there's no such thing as a right or wrong media answer, but a media answer that couldn't be dissected by the media. She was just positive about what she did herself, and the less, for Angel Reese's own, sanity, for her own mental health, obviously for growing the game, some people that don't even like basketball prefer heroes and villains, but at the end of the day, her just focusing on basketball, answering questions about basketball, and it'll help her career long term, getting just as far away from the kind of almost a shadow of Caitlin Clark, because at the end of the day, there's two completely different players. I think there's a gap in who's better right now by quite a bit, but Angel Reese gets in the gym during the summer, she works a little bit more in her game and develops even a mid-range shot, then we're looking at potentially, in 3 or 4 years' time, we're looking at a top 2 or 3 power forward in the game and the best guard in the game. Like, that is more than likely what we're looking at in 2 or 3 years' time, which is crazy from two players, especially for Angel Reese being like the best 7th pick as a rookie I think we've seen in a long, long time. But this is the first time where the Indiana Fever are the big favorites. Now, I wouldn't even say they are minor favorites. I would say they are massive favorites. In this game right here, they are huge, huge favorites. The Chicago Sky have not been playing well. They beat a completely incompetent Dallas Wings team. They beat the worst team in the WNBA, who are playing a point guard, a rookie point guard who was playing 5 minutes a game at power forward, or at small forward or power forward. They've been playing a rookie like Uzun 35 minutes a game, who would not get minutes, probably not get minutes for the Fever. You're playing. They have Arike, but that's it. That's all they have. I know Natasha Howard's just been back. Seagrass had been okay this year, but she's out till the Olympics. Natasha Howard's not going to be great for a while. And then, obviously, I don't know when Sabali's coming back. So they were a terrible team. And then the Fever really got the job done against a not great Atlanta Dream team, but they still did it. They played a decent Mystics team, beat them well. So, and they've beaten the Sky as well. So it's and they also beat the Dream at full strength. You're looking at a team that's rolling. You're looking at a team that is absolutely rolling offensively, and then you're looking at a team that does not match up well to them. The Chicago Sky do not match up well at all to the Indiana Fever, just as far as the matchups go. The Sky have Cardoso, and they've got Angel Reese, as far as their bigs are concerned. Harrison is not nearly as good when she's playing. When they play Harrison and Angel Reese against this team, none of them can live with Leah Boston when they go and play the two of them. And the pace that this Fever team are playing at, Cardoso's not going to be able to keep up with that pace for the rest of the game. And Leah Boston's going to struggle on Cardoso. And we also have to look at the last time they played. How, they gave up 13 offensive rebounds in the first half. And then 1 in the second half for the Fever. So they're getting better. On the only positive note is that Marina Mabry's shooting a bit better. And also the fact is that they've got their rotation a bit better. Diamond Shields, I don't know what's been wrong with Diamond Shields this season, but you've also got Chennedy Carter coming in, who has been... Look, Chennedy Carter has been one of the top 10 guards in the WNBA. If Chennedy Carter didn't have all the, the talk about, or the hadn't been kicked off of teams, hadn't been like had a fighting problem, then cheap shot Caitlin Clark, we'd be talking about Chennedy Carter as one of the most exciting players in this league because she's the quickest player in the league. They have nobody that can guard Chennedy Carter on the opposite end from the Indiana Fever. If the Sky have any chance, it's going to be all through Chennedy Carter. Like, Angel Reese is going to have a fine game. She's going to have her double-double. She's going to have 4 or 5 offensive boards. It is what it is. That's what's going to happen. The Fever aren't that good a defensive rebounding team. Now, she's going to dominate on the glass over Alyssa Smith. It is what it is. But if the Fever come out and rebound like they did against the Mystics, where Alyssa Smith and Aaliyah Boston, their job is just to get Cardoso and Reese out of there, and then just let Caitlin Clark come in and get those boards, this game could get ugly. This game really could get ugly. But you can never count out the Chicago Sky because they're tough. They're tough and they fight. And a team that's playing like the Indiana Fever, who are just currently playing this run and gun style of basketball, if they can get slowed down, they might be susceptible to this game being close. And this seems to be the first time where there's like less pressure on it being a rivalry. Marina Mabry's coming out being like, this isn't a rivalry. Caitlin Clark's even said it's not a rivalry. As much as the players want to beat this team, this is the least like almost animosity there's been. This is going to be the least like hyped up. I think the last game was even more hyped up because of Chennedy Carter versus Caitlin Clark than Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. And now it's back to Reese and Clark. This is just going to be like your Chet and Wemby game, where it's like, okay, the 2 best rookies are playing each other. I think that the like heated part of the rivalry is as good as done. Unless, of course, somebody goes and like hits the other one. And we saw in the last game, like Chennedy Carter doing everything she could to make sure that she didn't do anything even remotely look dangerous. Obviously, Angel Reese got Caitlin Clark with a hard foul. Look, it happens. Ref made the right call, so no point talking about it. And I just don't see how the Sky win this game. But at the same time, saying that, I didn't see how the Fever could win the first time. The first time these two teams played, I just said, it's over. It's over. The Fever have no chance. And the Fever came out and played their best defensive game of the year. The way that, this game could happen, the way that these teams play, especially the way the Fever are playing right now. If the Fever go cold, we saw it against Atlanta, they can really struggle. But if they get hot, they are nearly unguardable. They got 4 players capable of dropping 20 on you. And some games, all 4 of them are scoring 15 plus. They have a legitimate big 4. And this winning streak might continue to go to 5. If they go on a 5-game winning streak, it's crazy. Like, this has been, without question, the best Indiana Fever team since Tamika Catchings was there, which is crazy. And especially when you're looking at how young the Fever team is, they're on the up and up. And for the Sky, you really need to win this game because there's no need to tank. There's no positive in tanking because you don't own your first round pick. The more games you lose, the more likely you are to give Dallas Paige Beckers. So, like, you're not getting Paige. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So there's no point losing and getting out of the playoffs. And if Chicago Sky win this game, you're looking at the Sky going, 7-10 for the 7-10 versus 5-9, I think. So you're looking at 6-9 versus 7-10, or versus 7-11. So you're looking at the Sky going back into that 8 seed spot. So it's going to be, I think, a battle between these two teams for the 8 seed. I think the Fever are ultimately going to win it out because they want more talent. But yeah, that's pretty much it, lads. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.